Hi, welcome to the Pursuit of Truth. Just wanted to continue from that last video, podcast, stream, whatever the Pursuit of Truth videos are. And that was about, I mentioned an incident that happened that I was meant to actually talk about but forgot, which was an illustration of how easy it is for people to be swayed, how malleable we are, how sheep-like we are. We often don't think we are. We don't really realize it. But this was the example that happened to me over the weekend. So we had this idea of cementing part of the garden for the kids so that it's safer for them, and I put artificial grass over the rest of it, so that they don't eat the mud and play with the stones and all that kind of stuff, and to ease out the bumps and things, because they're only, was it 19 months or 20 months old, so, we want them to be able to play out in the garden, but safely, obviously under supervision. And then this neighbour, he saw what he was doing, and he was asking about it, and then he came and had a look, and then he sort of was saying, oh no, you can't do it like that, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, it's going to rain, it's all going to wash away, the sand and this, that and the other, and he sort of put a dampener on it, I guess is the technical term, and I felt it in myself. It did affect me by what he was saying, because I guess I'm the type of person who trusts people, who believes that, people don't lie, they tell you the truth because they want to help you. And I don't know whether he did or didn't want to help us, whether he was genuine or not. All I can go by is the experience, but how the important thing is how it made me feel, because someone else said something and used a bit of authority, and because we know he's a gardener, and the way and the tone, how he did it, how he conveyed himself, the words that he used, he made me doubt myself. My wife, it didn't happen so much for her, because she'd already done it before in South Africa, because that's the difference between being brought up in the UK and South Africa. You do, her father also owned a farm, and he taught how to, make cement and do all that stuff. So it didn't affect her so much, but she said she saw in my face how my face dropped. So it's interesting how, that's just an incident that happened, but how powerful someone can be when they use an authoritative voice, or they have some kind of authority, like a doctor with his white coat, what they say, you take it on board because you believe in them, thinking for your best interest. But as it happened, we did do it ourselves, and it was difficult, but we did it, and it's fine now, and all the things that you said didn't happen. The rain didn't wash things away, the rain didn't even come to the next day, and it was hardly anything. So it was like, it made me question then, wait a minute, well, was his intentions really to help us out, or was it to gain the business that he wanted to do it, or that he wanted money for us so that he would help us? I mean, that's the problem with tradesmen, and not all of them, but in general, that a lot of them will exaggerate or stuff, and lie, I guess, just to get the business. So yeah, that was the incident I wanted to talk about. But yeah, it is interesting how, and this is just one incident, but if you look through your day-to-day lives, you'll see this happens all the time. You take things for granted, and you don't question things, and you can be swayed off things so easily just by the right word or the right authority figure stepping in. And the other thing is that there was a few people that I forgot to mention that are worth listening to on YouTube, because I mentioned a few on that other one. Obviously I don't know, I know there's this big issue of, who's a shill, who's, maybe a long-term shill, who's playing the slow game, which ones are genuine, whether people are trying to gatekeep and all that kind of stuff. So, you can watch these videos and you can gain from them what you can. And I think from, then it's your judgment. That's the same that when you watch television, you have to take that judgment now if your eyes are open to these things, that not everyone has your best interests at heart. So anyway, the ones I would suggest is Ollie Dammegard, Jim Fetzer, Subtle Infinity, And there was one other. What was it now? I remembered them all before, but now I've forgotten. But yeah, if I remember any more, then I'll give some more. But those are definitely ones to listen out for if you're interested in truth and flat Earth and stuff like that. All right, take care, take it easy. God bless and peace.